guys and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Chloe and this is my channel. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free, so why wouldn't you want to? So a lot of people have been asking for advice for starting university, so here it is. I asked you guys some of the things that you wanted to know, and then I also asked people that were already at university to give me advice to give to you guys, so I've got a mixture of everything. I'm going to start off with the questions that you guys wanted answering because I feel like that's a better order to do things. So for those of you that don't know, I'm studying marine and natural history photography at Falmouth University, and most of my videos are about being at university and the lifestyle and my course. I enjoy doing little videos like this that are going to help you guys and make it less stressful for you. I've got my trustworthy little notebook that I write everything down in. The best ways of making the most of the course and being in Falmouth. Making the most of the course would just be by simply going on all of the trips that the university offers, making the most of the facilities, renting out as much equipment as you can, and in terms of just being in Cornwall, being by the coast is really good for creative people because when you are actually in industry, you're mainly going to be in a city and it's a completely different atmosphere, and just being able to work in a place that not many people will be able to experience is something that I think is actually quite important. But in terms of like making the most of any course, just make sure you take full advantage of the equipment and the facilities that your university offers, and you can't go much wrong with that. How to make friends. Making friends is super easy. That was one thing I was actually quite worried about. I am quite a sociable person, however I've always been at the same school with the same people, lived in the same place, I've never moved, I've never really been by myself before, so it was quite scary, but you also got to remember you're not the only one. Also, you can join societies, you'll make friends on your course, you'll make friends in your flat, you'll make friends in the flat above, you'll make friends with the people that are friends with your flatmates. Like there's endless possibilities of who you could end up being friends with. Some people meet online before they go to university through common interests or their course. You don't know until you get there, but it is quite easy making friends, so don't worry about that. How to approach flatmates. I was the second person to move in. Reese was the first person, but Reese wasn't in when I was moving my stuff in. So in terms of that, when he came back, he kind of popped his head into my room, said hi, and then we just chatted in the kitchen. When everyone else was moving in, I made sure that I just left my door open so I wasn't in their way, but they could see me, and if they wanted to stop for a chat they could. What's the best seat in lectures? Every lecture hall is different, but I tend to go for like not quite the middle but a little bit further back than the middle. In the rooms that we have our lectures, there's two big projectors, and sometimes sitting too close to them is a bit like when you're sat at the cinema and you're sat too close to the screen. I think that's a really good way of thinking about it. Judge it by where you would sit in a cinema because you want a good view. Also, like, you kind of just sit with your friends in your lectures, so it's kind of where they also want to sit. How to balance work and social life. Okay, so balancing work and social life, I would think about the things that I need to do during the week, make a list, I could work my way through that list, and then I can do the social things on the side. In terms of first year, the workload isn't that much, so you do have a lot of time to be social with your flatmates. I remember the first couple of weeks of freshers and I wasn't going to bed until 4 o'clock in the morning, which is not like me at all. I'm usually like in bed by 10 o'clock. Oh, it's so sad, but I need my sleep and I like getting up early. It was just really nice to be able to chat to people and not really think about the time. I mean, the first 2 weeks of freshers, you haven't really got any lectures, so is it easy to get a job? I know that there's people that do work, some people choose not to work. I decided that I didn't want to work first year. I just wanted to settle in, enjoy being free, I guess you could say. I do actually have a job technically with the university. I'm a digital ambassador, so I make videos for the university. It's just finding something that suits you. I prefer 0-hour contracts so I can say yes and no whenever I want and I'm not bound to X amount of hours a week. How do I make friends outside my flat? So in terms of making friends outside your flat, you've got your course mates and you also will have friends if you join societies. Can you join a society even though you haven't done it before? Of course you can join a society if you haven't done it before. That's the point of societies. They're there so you can try things that you've never tried before. And I'm honestly so gutted that I didn't try anything new. I did want to do swimming and I did go to one of the taster sessions, but it was just too much of a nightmare actually getting to and from the swimming pool, so I decided that wasn't really for me. I did want to do cheerleading actually, and I stopped myself from doing it because I was like, oh no, I'm not really flexible, I can't really do that, and I'm so gutted that I didn't because I think I would have really enjoyed it. Personal advice, join societies, make sure you do stuff that you've not done before, try new things, make sure you go to the taster sessions. I didn't because I was quite ill during Freshers Week and I just couldn't be bothered to go, and I really regret doing that. So learn by my mistakes. Advice on finances. In terms of finances, just make sure you know what your weekly budget is and try not to go over that. And then you can't really go far wrong, I guess. Just make sure you don't spend all your loan at once, because you have got accommodation to pay for and you have to be able to live. So how did you adapt to suddenly being alone? I guess I'm quite an independent person anyway. I was definitely at a point in my life where I was ready to move out from home. I was ready to go to university. I was ready for a new start. So I guess in terms of that way, I was kind of like already mentally at that state. But also I did miss my friends from home, I missed my family. Like, you obviously are going to do that. You adapt because, again, everyone's in the same boat. You make new friends, you keep yourself occupied. There's not really much else I can say, really. Best places to go for freshers. Definitely not the Stannery. So the Stannery is the cafeteria slash bar. It's part of the student union. Every night I've had at the student bar hasn't been great. They definitely overprice stuff and you don't get your money's worth. I feel really bad for saying that, but it's kind of true, and I don't really want you guys spending £25 on a ball ticket for it to just be rubbish. Just to put it bluntly. I didn't really enjoy any of the Sunnery events that they put on, which probably put me off going out in Falmouth. Please don't make that mistake. I mean, they might change it for next year regarding coronavirus. We have no idea what's happening at the moment. I've not heard anything from the university at all. I'm very much in the dark, as most other people are. They might change the freshers events, they might put the prices down, but if you want to do something, I'd say definitely go into Falmouth with your flatmates, your course mates, people in societies, and go to the clubs in Falmouth rather than the Stannery bar. So now I've answered a couple questions. There was a couple duplicates, so I kind of like merged them all into the same one as best as I could. And I'm going to read the advice that some of my friends have given me to give to you guys. You do not need more than 2 of everything. So in terms of like plates and bowls, you don't need that much stuff. If you're like my flat, a lot of us actually shared. What we did was we had a cupboard each where we'd put our food in, and then we had communal cupboards where we put all of our mugs in one shelf, all of the plates on another shelf, and then there was things like the pots and pans, they were all under the sink so we could all just use each other's stuff. I mean, not every flat's going to be like that. Some people are going to want to keep their stuff to themselves, but our flat was pretty open and we were just like chill about people using our stuff. Be careful with your money, it goes ridiculously quick regardless how big the loan. Don't be shy in chatting to everyone you bump into. Yes, this is so true. Just chat to everyone. It will make your time so much nicer. Don't buy everything people recommend because you only probably will use 60% of the stuff you bought. Yes, definitely. I mean, there's stuff that I took to university and I don't actually remember using. Always be yourself and push yourself to try new things. Join clubs, societies, if it helps make you new friends and new experiences. Say yes to everything you can. Don't take too much on. So say yes within reason, and obviously like to only do the good things, not like drugs because drugs are bad for you. Saying yes opens so many doors and new opportunities that you could have missed out on. Also enjoy yourself while it lasts. It goes by so fast and you'll blink and you'll miss something. So enjoy every moment, embrace it all, try as many things as you can and always be yourself. Which is true. It did go so quick and I miss being at university so much. I love it. Stay on top of your uni work, don't let it overwhelm you. So when it is assigned, you won't fall back. We've all been there though. You probably will leave something to the last minute. Don't have high expectations of what your flatmates are going to be like because not every single flat is full of people that you get along with. I'm also just going to say now, like, if you want to move flat because you don't get along with your flatmates, it is possible because Hannah moved into our flat. I was incredibly lucky with my flatmates. I love every single one of them. And I really did have a really good time in halls, as there's some other people that don't really get along with their flatmates and it kind of ruins it a little bit for them. Definitely bring a speaker. I would have died without music in my room. Read more because it will definitely help you with research and written work. Definitely invest in a bed comforter and mattress topper. Yes, definitely. I had a mattress topper on top of my bed and honestly, I've never wanted to not get out of my bed so much in my whole entire life. It just makes it so much more comfortable. A Pinterest board with quick recipes is really handy. That's actually a really good idea. I've not thought about doing that. But if you want quick and easy things to cook and you don't know what to cook, Pinterest is always a grand place. It's a grand place for anything really, any inspiration that you need. So that is my advice video that I'm doing for you guys. Thank you to my friends who have contributed to this. Thank you for the people that have asked me questions to help me make this video. Again, thank you to everyone that has been supporting me recently. I do really appreciate it. I hope everyone's really looking forward to university. I can't wait to go back. So yeah, thank you for watching this video and have a good week.